Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is pretty much just going to be a rundown of how I would create a type-based logo. It's not going to take me that long, so that's kind of like the purpose of the video, is to show you like my process and how I go about creating a logo. Again, this is just type-based, so it's really not going to take me but maybe 15 to 20 minutes, I don't know. I already know what it's going to be called. The name of it is the Art Warehouse, and just a rundown of what this is for. So I do plan on creating a website selling my art pretty soon, and I'm going to upload like the process of me setting up the website, how I do some of my posters, and so on and so forth. So I hope you guys are ready for the journey. I'm excited for this, so let's get into it. So like I said, this is a logo that I'm going to be using for my website. And normally how I start the logos off, I just start off with just basically what the word is. And from there, I'm just going to copy it. And so from here, what I'll kind of start doing is going through all of my fonts and seeing which one stands out the most. And let's see. So for this, I already pretty much know how I want the layout to be. I know I want warehouse to be up under and the art on top. So this is how I will lay it out. So basically what I did was I just split the two, just copied it, which would be Command C, and then just paste it right up underneath. All right, so for the top of it, I do know I want it to be more of a creative looking font. Nothing too over the top, but just kind of, I don't know, be a little extra. Why not? So I do have quite a few fonts already that I've collected over time, as you can see over here. So pretty much what I'll do is just click on this part right here where the type is. Select this first. And then I'll just go through all of the fonts and see what stands out the most. All right. Okay, so I kind of like this one right here. Might be a little bit too much for what I'm looking for right now. So what I'll do from here is I will copy this and create another one. I'm not really too much worried about the warehouse right now. It's more so just the top font that I'm looking to go through. So we'll go through all of these, and I'm going to make this quick again, you guys, because I pretty much already know what I want it to look like and what font I want, but this is just to kind of show like my creative process on how I kind of do like process of elimination on all of the fonts that I created. So I kind of like that one too. So I'll just copy that and paste it. And then I'll do the same thing for the top. Okay, so I really like this one. So I'll choose one more. I'll go through one more and just see if there's anything else that catches my eye really quickly. And then I'll also link below like where I get my fonts. The main website I get my fonts from is dafont, is dafont.com. All of their logos, all of their fonts are free. And FontSpace. FontSpace is a little iffy sometimes, but for the most part, I can usually find a pretty good font. And like I said, I've collected a lot of these over the years of projects that I've done for other people or for myself. So yeah, it's pretty easy to download. You don't have to sign up or anything for it. You can just hit download and it's on your computer. So I don't really see anything else that's catching my eye really. So we're just gonna go with these three right here. So with these three, like I said, this one right here is my favorite one so far. So now I'm gonna focus on warehouse. So even though these are still plain, I'm still just gonna keep creating from what I already have. So then I'll just take this one and go here. And this is a really good idea, especially like if you're looking for a graphic design. I think I found a font already, but this is really good if you guys are like looking for a graphic design job, like working for somebody else, because a lot of times they want to see like your creative process and how you came up with your final piece. So this right here showing how like this was like step 1, step 2, step 3. Like, you know, you could of course make it look neater and clean, but this is kind of just like a quick video to show you guys like what my process is. But again, this is basically showing you how we got from the original thought to the final thought. And I'll also show how you can also eliminate. So for example, I would probably choose this one, and then from there I would choose like this one. You know, you don't want to put every last idea that you had, maybe just like 6 steps to your final one, just to show them the process. So I really like this font right here, but I think I'm gonna see if I can find another one. I really like the all caps and how big it is. Let's see if we can find another quick one. And especially with logos, you really don't want to use more than 2 different fonts, because then it starts to get a little messy. So I would only use 1 font for a logo, or 2, but really don't ever want to do much more than that. Okay, so this one I kind of like, but it's too bold. I think I would go with something that's thinner on the bottom. I know I want it to be all caps. Okay, you know what? So I think I'm gonna just go with this one right here, because this one is really catching my eye the most out of everything. So from here, what I will do is I will delete this one to get it out of the way. Realistically, this one right here is the one that I like the best. The one right here at the bottom. Okay, so I just want to see what this looks like in all caps. Okay, probably not. Let's not do that, because that looks a little tacky. And these right here are basically just, you know, how I align them, make sure that all of them are centered properly and they look nice. All right, so let's really just focus on this one down here. All right, so I really like the warehouse, so I think I'm gonna leave that as is. The spacing right here is bothering me a little bit, and sometimes the fonts are just, whoever like creates these fonts, that's just how the spacing is. I don't know why. So what I'll do is pretty much just highlight the A and the W, because the spacing between everything else is fine, but it's just like, if you look right here, the spacing is way bigger here than it is from the other ones. So I'll go to my characters tab. Characters tab. Okay, so it may have been a little slight change because I had to start recording again. But anyway, so I changed the spacing in between to my liking. And I think I'm pretty much done with the warehouse. Again, this is going to be a very simple, to the point type of logo. I don't want to like overdo it. So yeah. So now I'm pretty much just going to start playing around with the art to see what I like. Just like how you saw, like when I first started, I had the warehouse in one block. I'm going to separate these two, and I do this with a lot of my type logos as well. I will separate them just so I can like play around with the placement, the sizing, just to kind of get a feel for, you know, what might work best. And of course my computer is lagging for whatever reason. Sometime today. Seriously? Okay. So I separated the two. And if you see things just kind of just pop up on my screen, a lot of times I like to use shortcuts for everything. Like coming up here, looking for certain things. No, if there's a shortcut for it, I'm going to use it on my keyboard. So yeah, just ignore that. Okay. So again, I already pre-sketched this out in my sketchbook earlier. So I already know what it's going to look like pretty much. So I'm just going to click this one right here, which is going to align them again because I want it to look centered. And then from there, I'm going to adjust it how I need to. In my sketch, I had the sitting, or the word the sitting right there. I think that looks pretty cool. So this would be one of the ones that I would consider. Make it smaller. And we're going to copy. And to me, this is kind of like the fun part right here because it's pretty much the logo. So from here, I get to work on colors, placement, you know, adding extra lines, circles, you know, however you like to create the logo. And I kind of want it to cross over a little bit just so it still looks as one. I'm just gonna make the word the a little bit smaller, kind of sit on top of it. I think I might be able to make it a bit smaller. That looks okay. I think I like that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should try a different font or different placement? Make sure you comment below what your thoughts are, because I would love to hear other people's opinion. For people that are like already graphic designers, that are, you know, is looking into becoming a graphic designer. And just a heads up, I am like a professional designer. I did go to school for this. I've been doing this for since 2014. So yeah, I have a little bit of history under my belt. And, you know, this is something I just do on the side. It's not my main job as of right now. Looking into getting back into that. So that's why I'm making YouTube videos, to share this journey with you guys. So enough about that. We'll talk about it in another video. But I think this is pretty much it. Like, I'm pretty happy with what I have. This is pretty close to what my sketch was like. So I'm just going to play around with the color. Purple is my favorite color, so I'm going to make it purple. Why not? Now, what I am about to do is probably like a big graphic design no-no, but I don't really care because I think it's going to look cool. And at the end of the day, there's rules to everything per se. But if it makes you happy, why not? Go for it. One thing like my teacher taught me when I was in school is you don't use gradients. Like, gradients are just bad. Like, you just don't use them. But every now and then I think it's okay depending on like how you use it. You know, like if you overdo it and it's over the top, then of course it's going to look terrible. But if you use it right, I think you're fine. So in order for me to actually put this gradient inside of the art, I'm going to have to outline this. So I'm going to go to type and we're going to go to create outline. So basically whenever you do create outline, that makes the font now a graphic, if that makes sense. So you can fill it with gradient colors. So we're going to go here. And we're not going to do linear because that looks ridiculous. Okay. Okay, I kind of like the radial. I'm kind of digging that. So let's see. I just want to try and see what it will look like with that. Okay. So I kind of like that, but I think it is too light up here. And I'm just thinking about when it's on like different platforms and everything, how that will come across. Like I want it to be legible, of course. So of course this is, you know, an option. Just gonna put it off to the side. So as you can see, really like where we started from beginning to end, it makes it really easy to create a logo when you do this, when you're just adding on and making slight changes from beginning to end. So I'm just gonna delete that because that was terrible. And I'll just leave these right here. Actually those two, yeah, I'll just leave those. All right, so back to this one. I'm just gonna make my screen bigger just so I can focus strictly on this. We're making this radial. Let me just, yeah, I don't like that at all. Okay, so I was trying to get it back to that darker purple. So I just switched really quickly. I think that's pretty good, honestly. What I do want to try is maybe not having so much white in the middle. So I'm gonna try to pick up the middle color here. All right, so I think I might have a swatch already. Let me check. Swatches. I don't. Okay. Well, I'm usually pretty good about having like all of my swatches together, but it's okay. We'll make do. So like I said, I just want like a lighter purple. Maybe that one. Alright, so now I'm just gonna make it a swatch just so I can save it. Go back here. And there is an easier way. You can like pick up colors from the middle. Can't think of how to do that at the moment, so just ignore the fact that I'm doing it the long way. So when you double click here, for those that are like fairly new to this, when you double click here, it'll actually pull up your color picker and you can be a little more specific with the color that you want. So a lot of times, like if I have like a color over here, I will just, you know, click on it and then from there kind of swatch it. Don't want it to be too much lighter. Maybe that one. Let's try this one. So again, I'm just gonna click here, drag down here so I can save it and drop it in there. Actually click and then I'm gonna drop it so I can actually see. We get rid of the white. Oh wait, okay. So what if, okay, never mind, bad idea. I thought it would look different if I put it in the middle, the white in the middle, but no, that doesn't look good at all. So we're just gonna back out of that. Okay, that's not too bad. So this is what I mean, like where I feel it's okay to use a gradient, because you can barely tell that it's there. Like, it's not like if I were to do my whole logo like this, I feel like for someone that is not a designer, it may look okay, but other designers really care about what other designers think. So for me, I'm just looking at it from the aspect of what would another designer say? Like, would they think this was cool? But again, everyone is different. So it really just depends. But how I was taught, and for my own personal, like how I personally design, I don't think it looks that good. So I do like this one though. So to get this same color over here, what I'm going to do is just click on it and hit the letter I on my keyboard. And that's for eyedropper. And just click on this one. And that's going to fill in the exact same color that I have here. And let's see. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Let me back up just a little bit more. You know what? Well, let's focus on the color and then I'll do that. So I think I want the middle to be just a smidge bit lighter. Just a smidge. Where is it? Just a hair bit lighter. So here, let's see. No. Sometimes this is like the most difficult part, really trying to like get your colors exactly how you want them to be. But I mean, it's still cool though. Okay. Let me... Okay, this is what I was looking for. Sorry, I know it's kind of like scrambling across my screen, but using the color guide right here is one of my favorite tools, honestly, because it gives you like a even color guide, I guess you could say, of, or excuse me, different tints and shades. So these are like 10%, 20%, and so on and so forth. So you kind of get more of like an even color across the board. So I'm just going to drag this over here so I can play with it for a second. I'll close that back out. We're not really focused on layers right now. So back to this gradient. Okay. All right, so let me click this. And what I'm going to do is pretty much drag this color over here. And as I'm dragging the color, watch this, because it's actually going to change the colors inside of it. And if there's one that you don't like, all you have to do is click on it and drag it down. Okay. All right, so that's a pretty deep purple. I like more of like the darker shades of purple personally. And let's see, I think those two are the same color. Okay. I like that. I think I like that. And nope. We're just gonna stick with two colors. We're just gonna keep it simple. I don't wanna like OD trying to figure out and play around with these colors, because again, this is supposed to be a simple, quick logo. So I'm just gonna take out both of those. Let's just go back to the original, like what we had before. And how I'll be doing that is just hitting Command Z, and that just takes you back. Okay, so these are the two colors I want. I think that looks pretty good. I kind of want to lighten it just a hair. Just a hair. Yeah. Did it lighten it? Doesn't look like it lightened it, but I think it did. Hold on. Might help if I click in it. Okay. So, okay, I think that's it. I like that. All right, so again, because I want the word the to look the same as this, I'm going to click the, hit I for eyedropper, and that's going to automatically change those to match. Okay. So I think that is pretty much it. I do want the A to be on top. So we'll find this, and I'm just gonna drag this up so that it is on top of the R. It was probably like a subtle change, so I just Command Z so you can see. So like right here, it's darker, or you can see the R, and I want art to be on top. So I'm just gonna go to my layers, drag it up so that it is on top. Okay, so the idea that I was thinking about a second ago is making art a little bit bigger. I want it to kind of be more of the focal point. So I'm just gonna move that over to the side for a second. Not that big. And we're gonna center. I may play around with the colors a little bit more in the future, but because I have a certain color in my head of what I'm looking for as far as the shade of the tint or shade of purple, but this will do for now. So it's not going to be exactly on top, or centered, I should say. Actually, yeah, that is. Okay, yep, that works for me. That works. I think I want art to be a smidge bit bigger. That might be too big. Maybe not. Because see, that the point, what I'm really trying to do is get the swoop of the A like over the R, and it still be centered. But it seems to only work if it's that size. If I make it bigger, it's not so centered anymore. You know, I'll just go with a smaller one. I think having it smaller is where I want it to lay, and I still want it to be centered. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. So I'm gonna put the word the right back on top of art where it was. And that is pretty much my logo. Like I said, I may go back and change the color, but as I make more of these videos, you guys will see like the progression of the logo if I make any changes to it. I may not, but yeah. And this is kind of like the part where I would just add like additional things that may pop into my head, like how I can add, you know, little elements to it to make it look nicer. So I kind of like the one with the line. I'm just gonna slide this up. Kind of like the one with the line. I'm not really sure. Let me know what you guys think, if you like the one with the line or without the line. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. This is how I would, my process of how I would go through in creating a logo. It is fairly simple. I do more complex logos, but for me, this is good enough. I don't want to be too over the top with what I'm trying to accomplish, because it's just a logo, and a lot of people that are not designers don't really even care, to be honest with you. I just want it to look neat, clean, get to the point, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, this is what we had from beginning to end. I think doing this process like really helps me create a little bit better, or faster, I should say, because you get to see where you started, number one, which is always pretty cool in my opinion, and you get to see where you ended up, you know. But again, just let me know what you guys think. Again, this is the final logo. I'll just delete these to kind of, or move them to get them out of the way. Okay, so these are the two final logos that I have right here. I think I like the one without the line a little bit better. I don't know. I always add lines to everything because it just makes it seem a little bit cleaner. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But again, please let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If there are any other videos that you like to see me create, like other types of logos, how I do my posters, let me know and I'll be sure to do that for you guys. And again, I will be creating my online store pretty soon, showing you guys the process of how I set up the website, you know, how I create my posters and stuff like that. So please stay tuned because I'm really excited about getting that up. I'll go through like social media. There's a lot of videos that I have planned for this channel. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every last one of you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.